Morning everyone, back in the bathroom again. We're going to call this finishing out today. We got a lot of small little stuff to do. I went out early this morning. I picked up some trim for the baseboard here around the shower. I picked up some of the plastic resin composite baseboard because it'll never get funky with mopping and all that, which will frequently be done here, and also for trimming around the door there. And also went and got some shims, and I shimmed up the toilet a little bit because there's a slight pitch on the floor here. By design, we wanted a slight pitch towards the shower stall here. Very tiny, but I wanted to level the toilet, so I put the shims in on the side there, and I'm going to go ahead and final caulk around the toilet now. We'd like to try, I got some ceramic bits. I'd like to try to get the shower chair mounted and get the shower finished off. Just all the little stuff that we need to do to bring the project to a completion. So stay tuned. Alright, we're finishing fitting actually the inside door molding, and what I'd like to do, the big box stores sell these door framing kits, and they're really nice. They have at least 3 of your angles already cut for you. You got one of your angles up here at the left hand side. You got the angle on the right hand side. All you have to do is cut your bases accordingly, so that the bottom of your side piece starts at the jamb, the upper part of the jamb right there. And the last thing I do is I like to fit the crown piece very carefully, measure and check that. So we'll go ahead and secure that, nail that down now, and then start got some plastic for the rest of the baseboard here. Good. One more on the side, and we are all set around Oh, that's the way we do it. I went ahead and fitted the first piece of molding, and what you want to do when you're doing molding, floor molding, fit your longest piece first, because you can at least cut your first angle, your miter angle down there. And if you were to cut it wrong later, a big one, you'd really regret, because this stuff is like $9 a section for this plastic. So I fit that in first. I'll come fit my corner, and I also top filled it with some of the DAP filler. Comes in a small tube here, and that'll keep the top nice and sealed, the top of the molding, because the wall's not always perfectly even. And I just use this quick seal adhesive caulk, and it works great for just filling in there around the top of the baseboard. So the first piece is in. It's now time to go ahead and get the next piece. All right, you can see I got all the molding up on the job here in the bathroom now. The floor molding, and what I also did was take the silicone sealer, the white colored, and underneath of there I wanted to apply a bead underneath of the molding. With the plastic molding, this is not wood here, this is plastic, and with the bead of silicone on the bottom, we have really great protection against water intrusion on the drywall. There's a few spots that are going to have to be touched up today, but I expected that. So what I'm going to do now is allow the baseboard to dry off real good, that caulk to set good. And I'm going to go ahead and seal the tile in the shower stall, which I have not done yet. And instead of taking a sponge and sponging on the sealer, I have a spray bottle here that I'm going to fill up, and I'm actually going to go to the seams here, go to the grout line, and and spray on. Let it sit for about 10 seconds and then wipe it off. You don't want to leave this sealer on top of the tiles. So I'm going to fill up the spray bottle here. All right, guys. Good news. All the tile has now been sealed, and that always gives you a little bit of extra layer of comfort, knowing that not only do you have really good grouting in here that was really jammed in great between the tiles, but now you have a level of grout waterproofing and stain resistance in there too. So that's kind of awesome too. So the thing we want to do now is we want to try to get the sink set. And we did make measurements before we closed up the wall about how far over the studs were and everything, because we don't want to be playing hide and go seek with the studs back here. Obviously, you know, where we have the water stub outs coming out with the shutoff valves, they're hooked to the studs too. So we need to be very careful how to position. We also need to find the ADA recommended height for this sink. So it'll be high enough that Jen will have clearance if she ever has to use a wheelchair in here. So we're going to do the research, and then we're going to be setting the back plate to it's a wall hung sink. There's no pedestal out here or anything. That's going to be hung off the wall, so it has to be very, very securely hung, and I've got lag bolts and all that. Okay, we marked out the center line for the sink underneath the medicine cabinet because we want alignment. And we saw that the bolt holes that they provided weren't really going to align properly. So we went ahead and we drilled a couple new ones. We drilled a new one here, and then well, we actually drilled one above and one below, and one up and one below. So we're actually going to have four really strong lag bolts. Okay, we ended up drilling our own holes, which is fine up here. And we laid a level on top, and we are looking perfect across the level there. So we'll go ahead and hit in a couple more lag bolts below just to be sure, and then we'll see what's required for mounting up the sink. We'll probably put the drain chooch on first. Okay guys, well, you can see even the best laid plans sometimes go awry. And we got a single lever faucet that is a bit too high for our sink here. It's going to totally interfere with the mirror. So I want to keep the sink at this height. It's ADA height. So we're gonna have to stop on the way down tomorrow. First thing, we're gonna have to stop into the big box store and get another bathroom faucet. So. Yeah, well, we're going to call it a day today. I'm going to remount the door here actually before I call it a day, because I've got that cut. We took a ½ an inch off of the bottom, so I'm going to go put that on, and then we'll wrap up the day today. Okay, guys, you can see we got the shower hooked up. She's putting out nice hot water there. We got the nice trim piece on it now, the beautiful Kohler trim piece. And as I said, the nice thing about this thing is Jen can sit on the chair that we're going to mount over there, the wall mount chair, and go ahead and use the handheld. So, yeah, she's looking good, huh? Okay, guys, it's the end of another work day here on the Rancho in the bathroom, and we got a lot done today. You know, we got the shower trim kit all done, and the extender arm with an angle for the shower head, so that's a lot more usable now. The shower's been sealed real well, all the grout in there now. I fitted the fan cover back on. Up there, it looks pretty nice. I think it's a really cool touch to have something Montgomery Ward like from the 1960s or 70s. I even had time to cut the door and refinish it, put a little fresh coat of tung oil on it. Doesn't that look handsome? When I first moved to the house, every one of these doors was covered with terrible white paint, and look at that beautiful grain in there. So we also got the baseboard molding down today. We just have a little bit of touch-up work to do. With that, we got the sink hung, the toilets leveled and shimmed now. The only disappointment today that held this up was this this bathroom faucet is a bit too high by about 2 or 3 inches for the medicine cabinet and all that. But that's a pretty easy matter. We'll stop down tomorrow on the way. There's some other errands. Get that. We'll get to Wednesday. We'll get the light hooked up. We're gonna get some chooches to hang up the towel racks and all that. We're going to get one grab bar initially installed over here tomorrow. We're going to pick that up too. So all in all, it was a very exciting day. The shower's looking handsome as can be. I checked the water. The hot actually works here and the cold actually works. So thanks for being here again today, guys. I imagine Wednesday we'll be wrapping up the whole deal from the Rancho. So on behalf of Jen and myself, thanks for being here today.